The way we watch the NBA is going to be changing starting the 25-26 season. The NBA, Morgan Reagan, announced the big rumored deal, the new TV deal, 11 years, worth $76 billion. We're going to see games on ESPN, ABC, and NBC is back. And Amazon in the picture. And where's TNT? At least for now, TNT is on the outside looking in. That future is a little murky, but a new TV deal.
Really murky. Yeah. Okay, TV deal.
Yeah.
Some people on the outside, like, what does this mean? What do you make of this?
I love this. I love this
you?
because I've been a big proponent of you need to get your games in front of more eyes.
Agreed.
You've been doing the cable route thing. People are cutting the cord left and right. They're going to streamies to watch games. There's so many ways to
Wait, going where?
I can't talk to you about that. The people know. The people know. Now they're on broadcast TV again.
Yes.
With ABC and NBC. And they're going to have up to 75 games on broadcast TV. I think it's important to expand the game. Like, not everyone has it. So to put it on broadcast TV, get the games on NBC again, I think it's big. They're bringing back Round Ball Rock, too.
As
Huge
they
win.
should.
Huge win.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the young fans care, but like I care about that.
Are you serious? Gen Zers are like probably thinking, wow, this is so hip and cool.
So apparently NBC
Retro,
is going to have
vintage.
national games on Sunday night and Tuesday night. And then they're going to have games on Peacock on Monday.
You going to go over the whole list?
I don't have to go over, but I am interested. They're going to have like a Sunday night basketball
Yeah.
thing. The idea is that they're going to have like an hour-long pregame show like they do for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
It's so key that NBC crushes this. And what do people want from pregames or postgame shows?
Oh my God.
It's a little bit of, I don't know, more than what ESPN has been giving.
Be nice.
No,
But it's so true. It's like
it's so
when
many
they come back
commercials.
from break and then they have 30 seconds and then they throw it back to the game. I'm like, what did I get
Exactly.
from sitting here watching that halftime show?
We have our 17 people on the panel, and you each get 3 seconds to tell us what happened in the first half.
And then they don't say what actually happened,
Yeah.
and they say some stupid inside joke to each other. Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that happens, but more games on NBC and ABC is a huge, huge win. And then there's going to be some games on Peacock. And I think there's going to be some people that don't like the streaming component of this because here's the next element. Games are going to be on Amazon, and it's not just random games. You're going to have Friday nights, select Saturday games, Thursday night doubleheaders, and they're going to have all the play-in games, the NBA Cup games. So Amazon's going to have a huge role going forward, and there's some controversy with this.
Well, is the controversy because of what we've seen with what they do with NFL? Because I feel like that product just isn't good enough. And
That's
it's not
part
the
of it.
talent, it's literally like how they present themselves, whether it's graphics, camera work, producing, and I know it's
Yeah.
new, but it's like you gotta be top of the top. You're Amazon.
Well, they have some time to figure it out. But the
Okay.
controversy is this. TNT felt like they could match Amazon's deal.
Oh,
it was in their
yes.
deal. They matched the money and they get the rights. And sorry, Amazon. Well, the league doesn't view it that way. According to some of the reports out there, they view the Amazon deal as completely different. It is literally streaming. They wanted a streaming company. And Amazon not only is in a lot of households now with Prime Video, but globally they have a
Yeah.
huge reach, which I think was impactful for the league. So it sounds like this TNT NBA thing maybe ends up going to court. Who the hell knows what's going to happen with that? But then you get to the reality of this. Let's not bury the lead. Like inside the NBA, next year, as of right now, will be its last season. And
That sucks. Here's what I'll say about that too. Like all good things have to come to an end. It just sucks when it's not on their terms. And that's where I don't know if these guys were all up there going like, we were going to go on for 10 more years. We were going to go on for
And they
5 more
weren't.
years. Right. And but maybe it was 3 more years. You know, like maybe that was the case. And now it's cut either way to one with some of the greats, the iconic pregame shows, halftime, postgame, whatever it is that you want to. I mean, the bits, everything. They changed the landscape of how things were done. when analyzing the game. Sometimes not as good as other times, right?
And that's something I wanted to bring up because so many people, some newer fans maybe, or some fans who are maybe like hardcore and want just like, give me the pure analytics and all that stuff. Dude, I love that.
Sure.
Too. But when you're watching games on a Thursday night, some people on the East Coast, when it's 12:30 at night, you know what sometimes you're doing when you're watching those post-game shows?
What are you
You
doing?
want to laugh. You want to laugh. It's
wanna
not
be
about breaking down.
You want to be entertained.
You want to be entertained. And they did it better than anybody. And I think it's a great lesson. Who knows? Maybe Inside the NBA can live on. There's been rumors that Amazon's interested in trying to get that show in their package. But Ernie Johnson's been with Turner forever and probably doesn't want to leave. Barkley said this will be his last year. He's retiring. No one on earth believes that shit because NBC is going to come with a lot of money. The guy who hired him at TNT, by the way, back in the day, works for NBC now. So that's just an interesting subplot. ESPN, ABC, they're going to be after him. And same with Amazon.
Yeah.
So I think Barkley's still going to have a role. I imagine Shaq too. Who the hell knows? But the lesson for me, for everyone, for these executives is this. When you're trying to make these like post-game shows, like,
oh my God,
you're not going to be able to necessarily recreate what they did, but being able to laugh, having bits, allowing your people to stretch out a little bit, not having it overly produced, that can be a big win.
That, but also not forcing certain personalities if it just doesn't work. I mean, you can't be like, all right, here's the crew we're going to do. Now be funny and make bits and make it authentic. Like, that is not how it works.
And it takes time. It takes time,
God,
too.
Yes.
You think Charles, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ were like that like day one when they were all working together? No, it took time to loosen up and build that chemistry, and they were a real family. So I don't think we're ever going to see a show that was quite like that, but I think there's a blueprint there where it's like, hey, this is basketball, and sure, we can have certain shows that are dedicated for like the hardcore breakdown, which I think the NBA needs more of. But like, let's have the balance of still being entertaining and fun. It doesn't have to be hot take debate. Sometimes after games during an 82-game season, sometimes we just want to laugh.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be super serious or hot take. Like, I can't believe this guy took the shot.
But give me a good show.
Yes.
Like that is what I ask. Do not force personalities together that don't work together just because you think there's a name involved and that is why you should make something happen. No, you should understand what chemistry is, what works well. People who actually watch the game, who are invested, obsessed with the game, should be on these shows.
That's fair. And I think that's the other thing that these new partners with the NBA should really focus on too, is like there is a thirst to go in depth with the breakdowns. Tim Legler on Sports Center is so fun.
So
you know
good.
what LeBron and JJ did
was so good.
Was that when LeBron was interviewing JJ on their podcast?
They never talked about it. They never talked about it.
But anyway, Mind the Game. Great podcast, right?
Yeah.
And I think there is value in going in depth and like really talking about the game, because this game, it may be a simple game to some, but there's so many things that transpire on a play that I think the fans would love to learn more from, or hear people discuss more the strategy. The NFL does such a great job of it. They've got the benefit though of, you know, a lot of stoppages in between plays.
Yep.
It's like, hey, there's 3 minutes in between this play. We can look at 17 replays, but you're telling me at halftime you can't give me a good film breakdown or pregame. So I think there's a great opportunity for this new TV deal. It's going to be different. It's going to change things. I think the NBA did the right thing here. I don't love that Turner is going to be out of the picture. That change is tough. I love that NBC is going to be back in the picture.
Yeah.
They've done a great job with the NFL over the years. You hire the right people.
Yes.
They have great production. And hearing that iconic music. When NBC Sports put out that video yesterday on Twitter.
Oh, I know. You shouldn't do the humming part of it.
Why? I'm not good at it?
Well, it doesn't deserve that.
Okay, you do it.
Listen to me.
I know,
My
you sound like shit, by the way.
throat is just like so screwed up right now. It's so dry.
Morgan is recovering from being sick. Gets back from Vegas after being there 6 nights. Sick.
Yeah, but like it's like dryness.
Confirmed, tested negative for COVID.
Oh yeah, tested negative twice.
Meanwhile, I don't get sick.
Oh, he's such a big boy that can sing the NBC song.
Anyway, I think adding NBC, people have Peacock. People know how to use Peacock now. Like the whole streaming component, Amazon's going to be different. I thought your point about Amazon is legit about the aspect of like, hey, their production sometimes the NFL hasn't been great. Yeah, they got to fine tune that shit for sure. It
has to be great.
It has to be elite, right? But they've got some time to figure it out. I do think people know how to use streaming. It's different. I think there's some aspects of like the old way of being able to go, hey, I want to hit previous channel. That would be so nice to have that we don't have the luxury of. And then there's some people who go, wait, so to watch the NBA now, I have to have Peacock or NBC, ESPN. Oh, and by the way, I also have to have an Amazon subscription. That's a lot. I think those are legit things, although it feels like so many people have Prime TV because of the Amazon.
And not only that, don't a lot of people do this for a lot of football anyway? Like, don't people have, multiple streaming platforms because of football? So it's like, if you're already doing this because of other sports too, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the streaming route is, look, people watch, like, this is not new. It's different for live things now, but WWE just signed a deal next year.
Netflix.
All of their programming, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Premium Live events, they're going to be on Netflix.
Yeah, that's insane.
So
insane.
Times are changing. Anyway, let us know how you're feeling about the deal. How do you feel about the end of inside the NBA? Do you think they can get it going maybe with NBC? How do you view this TV deal? Do you like it? Let us know in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.